Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time with my good friend, Stephen Dow. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. And you?
I'm doing great, man. Well, let's get that little marketing thing out of the way first, just so we can keep those people happy.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Well, again, although I work for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel are that of my own. And actually, I kind of wanted to change it up on you a little bit
Okay.
On this time. I was wondering, since you always ask me questions, I was wondering if I can ask you a couple questions.
Oh yeah, let's do it. All right, let's see where this goes.
All right. I mean, I didn't know if it was just
Yeah.
kind of but I thought, let's change it up a little bit because you've been so great at asking me. I just wanted to find out a couple things about you because
Okay.
I've been following your channel. Obviously, I actually bought your course as well. Didn't get the book yet, but it was just one of these late nights I was on, YouTube looking for self-improvement videos. Came across yours and just, started following along. But long story short, well, I wanted to find out why did you write the book? Because I mean, again, a lot of people do these, they go through their own journeys. But why not everybody wants to write a book?
Yeah. If you know my history, you would know that writing a book was not, nobody would have guessed that Michael Zuber will write a book. I don't write particularly well. I misspell words, use the wrong word all the time. So again, writing a book was very hard and difficult for me. But why I wrote the book, it's really because after I left the day job, right, left the W-2, I was struggling to figure out what to do next. Okay. Right. I was, you're really happy when you do it, you smile a lot. And then at least for me, I was starting to get depressed, which is not something I'd ever experienced in my life. Right. I'm generally a glass half full. I'm generally positive. I'm always working, striving, growing, but I was getting depressed, right? You're 45 years old, which is how old I was when I left. And it's Tuesday or it's Wednesday and you're up at 6 a.m. because I'm just wired that way. Right. And, by 9 o'clock, you're like, you've accomplished nothing today. What the hell are you doing with your life? Right. And again, that you got to watch your headspace, right? Because I went from being excited to calling myself a loser. Right. So basically what happened is over the course of just 4 or 6 weeks, I went from a high to the lowest of lows, at least for me. And I was a couple of days away from just getting a job. Right. I'm pretty well known in the Valley for what I do. And I could have had a job at many different places. And I remember it was like a Saturday and I was sitting outside because, again, I got nothing else to do. Right. And I was like, if I take one of these jobs and I start working Monday, right, I'm going to consider that a failure.
Right? 100%. I'm like, you just had financial freedom. Now you're going back.
You're going back to get a job because you don't know what to do at 9 a.m. You jackass. It was terrible. Your mind, you got to watch your headspace. So I thought about it again, just kind of deep in thought. And I remembered being 30 and I remember going through reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then starving to try to find a book that was written by an employee, right? Somebody who had a job, a demanding life, right, and escaped the rat race with real estate. I never found one. There was one book written in 1950s by a guy named William Nickerson I found, but it's way out of print. It cost hundreds of dollars to get it, which I did. But it was the only book that I think he worked for PG&E, I think. And it talked about his story. It's the only book I ever found. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to go write our story. So the One Rental at a Time is not a how-to book, right? You're not going to read that book and go, how do you do it? It is, hey, we read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We lost $100,000 in the stock market. And this is what we did. We did this. Don't do that. Don't do this. And, we write about the whole experience, 15 years, the good, the bad, the ugly, the mistakes, the wins, our greatest regrets, all of those things. So really why I wrote the book selfishly was I wanted to fill a need that I couldn't find when I was 30. And that's what it is. It's again, it's not a how-to book. Don't buy it thinking it's a how-to book. It's, hey, this is a guy that had a full-time job, a crazy work life, was spending all of his money in the rat race. And then he stopped and he started buying properties. And then again, what people need to realize is my journey starts way back in 2001, long before the crash. So I write about the ups and then, wow, these downs are crazy. And then the back, so really I wrote it for myself to kind of get out of that negative headspace, to feel like I'm contributing. And then I wrote it for every W-2 employee. Anybody who has a full-time job, I wrote it for you. That's kind of why the book.
Okay. And then obviously I would imagine then, with the advent of YouTube and everything else. I mean, I would imagine that's probably why you started the channel as well, with the book getting so much, publicity
Yeah.
and good
Yeah.
reviews.
Yeah. The book was first. Absolutely. The book was first. I think I wrote the book I started writing. So I left February 1st of 17, 18. I don't remember when I left. February 1st, some year. And then I was drafting it. I was probably writing it like March, April of that year. And then it was out again, because I write terribly. Had to go through 2 different editors. I mean, it was a whole ordeal, right? You think writing a book is hard. Try to edit a book. Oh my God, that was even harder. So right around, I think, June or July, again, I was in Asia because, again, we were taking a trip. And I was like, I got to do more, right? The book's not enough. If we get home from this trip and I'm not doing something else, I'm going to get a job. And again, I was like, this is going to be a failure, you jackass. What are you doing? So then I was doing what most people do, right? Searching on YouTube. And I think I saw Graham Stephan and Meet Kevin long before they blew up. And I'm like, hey, I could do those things. And again, that's what we did. And then I was inspired by Gary Vee and Nipsey Hussle, a conversation they had to do daily shows. And I've really come at this channel is 3, 4, 5 videos a day, every day, talk to multimillionaires 6 days a week and do a daily show at 7:30. And I'm still growing, right? The big thing about my channel, which I don't think a lot of people appreciate, is I'm showing deals I'm doing. I'm doing walkthroughs of properties, right? Graham Stephan and Meet Kevin, they both started as real estate guys, but when was the last time they did a real estate show?
Right.
I'm still there. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is what resonated to me when I came across your channel, that you're giving us like real, relevant, and typically raw information instead of stuff that's fluff or theories or, innuendos, where it's like, this is the path I followed. I'm showing you. So, that's why I was like, but again, if you're already doing that, you're successful. I was just trying to find the why for you to do this daily.
Yeah.
You have a family, but you don't have to really, I mean, sure, I'm sure you make a little bit of money on this side, but that's a lot of time, man. I know.
Yeah. I don't, I don't do this for the money. I never will.
Right.
For me, it's about, again, I'm just weird this way, right? I need to do something every day that feels like I'm contributing positively to the world. That's just how I'm wired. And if I can get that done by 9 a.m., 9:30, it's awesome. Right. I go downstairs, say hi to the wife, then I go work out, right? My day is my own after this. But yeah, I truly am trying to my biggest goal or my why is I want something that outlives me by 50 years. Someday I will die. It will happen. And if I can have something that outlives me by 50 years, people are still saying my name or they're saying one rental at a time 50 years after I'm dead, I think that would be pretty cool.
Well, then I think you just answered my next question, because it was like, I'm gonna change it up. I wanted to ask, why'd you start the course? Because then now, after telling your story, I'm sure you have a lot of other people. Well, can you tell me or what you did? Or there's obviously a science behind it also. That's why I was like, man, well,
transition. I never thought I'd create a course. It was never my vision. But I write a book. Again, as I said early on, the book's not how to. It's like, hey, here's our journey. Here's what hurt. Here's what didn't. Here's what this. Here's what that. Then you do a YouTube channel and it grows, right? So for a while, I was trying to do my best to say yes to every, hey, can you have coffee? Can you do this? Can you do that? What happens when your channel goes from hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands is you just fundamentally can't, right? And I think I had the YouTube channel for about a year before I even contemplated creating a course, because that was not what I wanted to do. But you just keep getting asked how so many times. I took like 6 or 8 weeks and fully broke down everything we did. And that's why we created How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. It is the how. Again, I learned a market I never lived in, never been to, built a network, how I compare houses with apartments. I do lots of things that's different, but it's just focus and daily discipline. And then, oh, by the way, the other thing that I've seen, because when you tie a book, a YouTube channel, and a course together and you just do good things, other good people are attracted to you. So while the course is awesome on its own, I have bonus sections now created by experts in areas I don't know. Right? I've never done, I never house hacked. I never self-managed. But I have now experts that have created content that I don't know. Because one thing you'll see about my channel is I stay in my lane. I don't go off on creating stimulus videos or crypto, or other things that will make YouTube money. Cause that's just,
Clickbait. Yeah.
it's
Right.
just, it's not who I am. I don't care. Right? I don't need the penny of view or whatever it is. It's just not my
Right.
thing. Um, but yeah, I've had other people create courses. Now we have bonus content. Bonus content is outnumbering my content now, I think, or at least it's even. And then you throw on top of it a Facebook group that's
Right.
private just for students to interact. It's what we're building here.
Right.
It's turning into this
It's great, man.
movement. It's a movement now that changing people's
Yes. It's
financial
very
future.
supportive. I mean, I agree 100%. That's why I wanted to bring it up because, I'm like, I want to see how this guy's a little wired because you don't have to do the stuff, but
No.
it definitely everybody I've talked to, and I am actually part of the Facebook group, so I
Yep.
see all the supportive, information and or just people's comments and things of that nature. So it really helps out, especially I would imagine for a beginner
Yeah.
investor, or fix and flipper or fix, buy and hold. So
Yeah.
it really helps to kind of put a lot of, peace of mind or give them peace of mind where, hey, if I have a situation, I probably have a pretty good resource of people that are very knowledgeable, that are currently doing what I'm trying to do and or have gone through those, landmines or pitfalls. So it's
and the other thing I want to say about the course is again, all this stuff is really me, right? I don't have a team of virtual assistants, none of that stuff.
right.
I've had influencers, really big influencers on IG and YouTube reach out to me saying, hey, we want to basically buy the one rental at a time brand umbrella.
Right.
And then, you keep doing your thing and we'll split this and that with you 50%. I'm like, dude, you guys are talking to the wrong guy. You're telling me about making tens or $20,000 a month. And I don't care. Right. I don't have that
Right.
lifestyle. I don't need to flex
Right.
on IG. And my
Right.
answer is, basically thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to keep being me. So the thing about the Facebook group that is most interesting to me is I say no to more than half the requests. Anybody can ask to join, but unless you bought the course, you're going to get a big fat no, because I want everybody in that course speaking the same vocabulary, talking about yield, talk about their buy box, asking the questions that make sense. The last thing I'm going to do is just let anybody and their brother join, because then it just gets out of control, negativity and stuff that I don't want. Right. It's
Agreed.
just
No, you monitor that
every day.
group very well. So, yeah. So now I see it, and no, on a daily basis, you're seeing people now with the increase of deals, like, oh, look, we just closed the third one, eighth one, eighth. So it really creates this momentum and excitement, to be part of, like you said, a actual movement. I don't want to sound too salesman-y, but it is.
I think it is. I think it's becoming a movement. And again, what I love about the group is you have people coming in saying, hey, I just bought it. Don't know what to say. Mike says, introduce myself. So I am. Yeah. I'm in this city. And then people join. Hey, I'm here. Right. Then you have people going, hey, Mike's right. I see the slowdown, more inventory, price drops. Then you have people going, like you said, second deal, fourth deal, eighth deal. They're taking pictures with their kids. I'm like, yeah, get the kids involved. Yeah, celebrate the wins.
Yes.
Yeah, it's some of my happiest moments during the day are when I'm in that group, just seeing what others are doing. It's quite rewarding.
No, and again, I just wanted to reiterate. Excuse me, if I can speak now. But no, it definitely. I figured that was the case, but I just wanted to find out why, because maybe there was something else behind it, like, oh, I want to do this or that, but because I was wondering, you don't have to. You're on vacation, right? You're like, oh yeah, I took a little time off. You got a virtual leash where you're just still stuck on your holding your cell phone for 10 to 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? When
dude, that's hard to do. I got to bring my stand next time. My arm is shaking.
I sent you a little a link.
Yeah, you did.
Right. I think I sent you a link to the selfie stick with the tripod. So next time.
Next time. Yeah, exactly. I got to be more prepared. Yeah, exactly. So, dude, thank you for doing this. That was fun. I don't get to talk about the why a lot, so I appreciate you asking that.
Never. That's why I was just like, you know what? That's what brought me to your channel. I'm like, no one's ever talked about non-QM. Let me reach out, or let me just maybe talk about the topic. But again, I've never heard anybody ask you about all this other stuff, because I just wanted to kind of see what motivated me like you to do that, because you don't have to.
Yeah. Thanks, brother. I appreciate this one.
Yep. Anytime, man. Appreciate you, brother.